What's up, and welcome, amazing people, to my channel. I'm Andrew. I'm a hiker, climber, adventurer, speaker, and the business performance guide. I help coaches and consultants who have lost themselves in the noise and stress of business and are just wandering around in the forest to find their map, so their mental fortitude, ability to convert, physical performance, and so they can uncage themselves from average and actually hit their business goals. So that's me, right? Mainly it's the hiking, climbing, adventure part and speaker part, but what are you here for? So today we are looking at why daily habits are so important for you to absolutely smash it in your business. Now, if I'm looking away from the camera for a second, my apologies. I do actually have a script here that I'm trying to follow because I have this thing called a brain that runs 1,000,000 miles a second in 15 different directions, and I would like to stay on track somehow, if that's okay. So let's jump into it, shall we? So, why are daily habits so important? So let me tell you a story. As I'm always going to do on this channel, it's always going to start with a story. So I woke up on Saturday morning, just like any other morning, but unlike the other mornings, I decided not to do my daily habits. It was Saturday. I wanted to chill out. So I went outside, made my daily coffee, had a nice chat with my partner, Emily, and then we spent the day hanging out and just doing really nice things. We had an Emily day, a day that she wanted to do. So we went to Bunnings, we did some op shopping, and went to a couple of other places. All in all, it was actually just a really nice, relaxing, chilled out couple day. So what I didn't notice at the time, I thought I had a great day, but I didn't notice the little things. I had a conversation that night with a friend about some really scary things that are happening in the world right now. And I had a pretty serious conversation with my partner about something that we've been discussing over a little while, and we've been trying to sort it out, right? Not problems in our relationship particularly, just stuff that, comes up in relationships or things that you might want to sort out to move forward. Then the next morning on Sunday, again, no daily habits. It was Sunday morning. I just wanted to chill out and relax. That morning, however, I had a pretty rough conversation with my partner. Now, don't get me wrong, we both handled it really well, but I was definitely starting to feel the pang of a not so positive mindset, because it's really easy to feel that when you disconnect with your partner for a second. So I felt like, man, I'm really having a down day. I really was feeling off. So I checked in with myself, as I always do. I said, what's wrong, Andrew? And my brain just goes, dude, you need to go for a walk. Now, luckily, I had already planned to go for a big hike, a big walk, or run, and so I was heading out soon. So I went for breakfast with my partner, and then off I went on my big walk. Now, next minute, I'm out there doing 13 Ks of hiking and 7 kilometers of running and having an absolute blast. And suddenly I came home and I just felt better, stronger. I got home and I hopped to it because I had to be at an event an hour away in only 2 hours. So I ate something, got ready, and I was out the door. Now, I was actually heading to a networking event and I needed my full pep. Like, I needed to be really just on point and kicking it, because if I'm going to make a difference, I'm going to have high energy interactions, I'm going to have high internal energy, then I need to be on it so that I can convert highly, make some sales, and make my business perform. So I thought, I'm not really feeling it, so I'm going to put some music on and hype myself up like I do almost every morning. So there I am in the car, just listening to music, steering. I'm still steering, everybody. Still steering, but I'm listening to music and bumping myself up. I'm having a great time, right? And I do that for a little while, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do some gratitude, because gratitude's the attitude, as I always say. But more importantly, it's just something I do every day, and I live a very blessed life, and I, feel grateful for it. So I do some gratitude every day and thank my lucky stars, I guess. So I did some gratitude, and then I'm like, okay, what do I want from my life? Let's visualize from my life. And I visualized all the things that I want in my life and what my dream life looks like and what it's gonna look like in the next couple of years. And I was like, great, I've done my visualizations. Now, you know what I feel like doing? I feel like affirming all that stuff, right? So I did my affirmations, and I'm like, every day in every way, I'm getting happier and happier and stronger every day in every way. I live my dream life and nothing stops me. Every day I live my dream life and nothing stops me, right? So I'm doing my affirmations, and I'm just getting back into it, and I'm feeling great. And by the time I got to the event, I was back in a big way. My energy was surging, I was kicking it, and I was functional. It was amazing, right? And then it clicked. All I had done over the course of the day was my morning habits. That's it. That's all I had done, is I had done my morning routine over the course of this Sunday. And suddenly my mind was anew. So what happened? Well, let's imagine, if you will, that your mind has a force field around it. And the daily battles that we all go through, and you all know what I'm talking about, whether you've got kids, whether you've got, a partner, whether you have a sickness, whether it's work, it doesn't matter what it is, right? We all have daily battles that we're going through. I mean, it's just life. Screw doesn't need to be a sickness or something. It's just life, whether you're watching the news, right? We all go through these daily battles that we have, that we are privy to and maybe don't even notice because we're just used to doing it, right? These things that aren't so great in our day that we just work through, right? And we just keep on moving, keep on trucking, keep on motoring. But see, these daily battles weaken our force field, right? And on heavier days, it can break. And when it breaks, you drop into suffering. So that would make sense then that if your force field is taking a beating or a battering or is going up in battles every day, and I'm not saying life is all about suffering, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying just that, there are challenges every day, and we have this force field that's going up against these challenges, so it makes sense that, it can be weaker some days and some days it can break. And when it breaks, that's when you drop into the suffering. So you need to fortify it. So how do you fortify it? Well, I think that's a daily thing, right? Because you're going up daily against battles, so we fortify it daily. We take care of it daily. So when we do come up against these battles, it's super strong, so to speak, right? So the way you control your life then, it stands to reason, is to have these daily practices that fortify your mental force field. And that way, you don't make suffering a priority in your life. Because by not having these daily practices, you're making suffering a priority in your life. Because you know you're going to come up against challenges, you know these things are going to happen, and you don't do these practices, so you're allowing suffering to be a priority. So that's why we do the daily practices. So, how do you do that? And what I mean by daily habit? Well, you'll notice that I said daily habits, and I'm sure everyone watching has heard the saying, oh, have you done your morning habits? Now, don't get me wrong, I love morning habits, and mine are all in the morning. I get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm out the door, and I'm doing my stretching, I'm doing my, my walk, my gratitude, my visualizations, my affirmations. I'm doing all that stuff. But it's what works for you. Morning habits doesn't necessarily work for everybody. Some people's idea of a great setup to the day might be getting up, going outside, having a coffee, sitting in some peace, and then driving to work and doing their gratitude, and then doing some exercise later in the day, and then doing something else at some other time, and then doing a journal before they go to bed. Everyone's got their different things, but it's daily habits, not weekly, not bi-daily, not monthly, right? Definitely not freaking yearly. It's daily habits. So some ideas or some things that I do, for instance, is morning walks and exercise. So one, morning walks. Why? or exercise. Why? Well, exercise will give you vitality, energy, and resilience. Because the vitality and the energy comes from, as we know, when you exercise more, you develop more fitness and get more energy for life and more vitality for life, which is awesome. And we want that vitality and that internal energy so that we can apply better when we're doing things in our business. And exercise by nature, pushing yourself further and harder, gives you more resilience. You practice resilience every time you exercise. So it gives you that resilience. Number 2 is I do gratitude every day. Why? Because gratitude makes you fall in love with your life and in love with yourself. And that is so important to living a life that is separate from suffering. So what I do is I typically start with a memory, right? I'll take 2 or 3 memories of my life that I love, 2 or 3 memories that are just phenomenal and make me feel great. And then I will really feel those and I'll really bring that emotion back from what I felt at the time. And then I'll look at my current life and I'll think of 3 things that I feel really grateful for right now. And I'll bring the memories, the feeling of these intense, grateful memories into the present with these current feelings of what I am actually currently grateful for in my life. And suddenly I'm attaching this feeling of gratitude, this intense feeling of gratitude, to these things that I love in my life right now. And I suddenly become super duper emotionally grateful in my life for what I have and for what's going on. And it's really important. It makes me feel great. Suddenly I feel great. I feel like I freaking love my life. This is amazing. And then I'll do visualizations. Why do we do visualizations? Simply, it strengthens your purpose in your business, in your life. It strengthens your why. It strengthens your reason for delivering to your clients, your reason for delivering to your business, your reason for delivering to your family, to yourself, and to the world. And then I'll do my affirmations. This is really simple. It builds conviction, certainty, and resilience. When you affirm yourself every day in the ways that mean something to you, then suddenly you feel convictive and certain because you feel strong. You've affirmed that, hang on a minute, I am awesome. I am happier and happier and stronger. I am living my dream life every day and nothing's going to stop me. And that helps strengthen that resilience. And suddenly this mental force field starts to grow and strengthen and solidify. And when you come up against daily battles after doing all of those things, bang, and it just bounces off. So this mental force field is something you need to take care of every day. Now, I've given you some examples in, exercise and gratitude and visualizations and affirmations, but there's other ways. There's journaling, there's, meditation, there's peace, there's lots of different things you can do. So, all I'm saying is daily habits, really important to do every day, because every day you are going to come up against challenges, and every single day they are going to weaken your mental force field. So protect it with habits that you do every day. So if you resonated with this, if you like it, if you like the stories and you want to continue to learn more about how to perform at peak in your business, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. And remember, don't make suffering a priority in your life. Find your map and uncage yourself from average. Peace.